This video, I thought it'd be fun to do a weekend-ish in my life as a part-time reseller. I call myself more of like a hobbyist reseller, but nonetheless, I thought it would be fun to show you guys what I do for weekends, because weekends, obviously there's more time. For me, I'm not working on the weekends, working my day job at least. So that's usually the time that I am like sourcing inventory or going to consignment stores. So today's to-dos, so some of these items that I've laid out right here, I want to have listed. So I got these 4 pairs of shoes from Goodwill when I was sourcing yesterday. These Nike ones, I've had experience selling Nike Dunks before, so that's the only reason why I picked it up at the higher price point. This one was $9.99. These are some Mark Fisher boots, and I've never personally had experience selling Mark Fisher, but these are in like practically new condition. You can even tell by the soles, not much wear, especially the heel. That's a little pro tip. If you can tell the heel hasn't been worn down too much, then it's in pretty good condition, and all the beads are still there, so that's awesome. I was super excited to find these. There you go. These are the brand John Varvatos, and I want to say John Varvatos sounds like some sort of celebrity, but I'm like the last person to know those things, so all I know is that these are pretty high ticket items. These boots probably retailed for somewhere between $150 to $200. I got these for $3. And then these ones, I still have the price tag on it, $7.99 from Goodwill. They actually have the exact style name inside the boot. They're called the Malta boot. Yeah, the reasons why I picked this one up particularly is because, well, first, this screams fall, doesn't it? Just like fall, fall, fall. And on top of that, like the bottom of the shoe is pristine. So for shoes, I particularly find that I actually have a pretty decent sell-through for my shoes as opposed to like clothes, just because I feel like there's a lot of clothes, women's clothes reseller, sellers out there, so I don't feel like I can compete against them because I'm a very small reseller. So I found that shoes actually is quite my market. Shoes, there's a higher ticket, there's a higher price point, but with that comes a higher net earnings. I'm always trying to aim between that $40 to $50 average net profit. Taking photos of shoes is my actual favorite, just because you don't have to like style them all nice on your mannequin. I don't use a mannequin, I just use it up against a wall. The most I will do with shoes, and this is actually a huge factor in determining whether or not I actually want to purchase the shoes, is just by looking at the shoe at the thrift store or whatever, if I can see that the stains that are on it are just very, very surface level, I'm more likely to purchase it, because I know that with a little bit of elbow grease, I can get those stains out myself. So sometimes it's just like dirt, honestly, so you just take a rag and just like wipe it off. It's as simple as that. Other times I use a baking soda, detergent, and sometimes hydrogen peroxide mixture, and I'll just go in there with a little toothbrush, an old toothbrush. That's actually what I ended up doing for the Nikes. I did a quick like 10 to 15 minute just cleaning of them, and they look brand spanking new. So to me, I'm willing to do that additional 10 to 15 minutes of cleaning if I do feel like it'll, for one, picture better, but also sell better. And for other things, I've been just periodically cleaning my house. For those of you guys that didn't know, my actually business model, if you will, for reselling began because I was just trying to get crap out of my parents' house. So I'm continuously doing that. It's, as you can imagine, it's for the long haul. It's a very extended process, but I was doing some cleaning last night after work, and I found a few more things that I want to sell. So the first of two are these 2 button-ups, these 2 men's button-ups. This one's Banana Republic, this one's the Report collection. Now for things that are like, I guess not really much of a, there's not much sellable factors with these things, I typically will bundle these, and it works that these are both the same size. So I'll probably bundle these 2 because, somebody can get a twofer. So I'm gonna photograph these 2 as well. And then for miscellaneous items, so I also am a reseller on eBay. So typically if I find these like gadgets and trinkets like this is, I think it says it was from like 2006. Yeah, this was from manufactured October 2006. But anyways, if I find trinkets like this, and of course if they still work obviously, then I have no hesitancy to sell these things. I actually found the cord that comes with it, which is very rare that that happens. But so yeah, I looked up comparable listings and they're probably selling for something like $30, I want to say. So won't get too much out of that, but to get it out of my house and to get it to somebody that actually would use it, I always thumbs up across the board. And then the last thing I want to sell is this, I guess you call this like your sketchbook bag. I've sold things similar to like this on eBay, not for a lot of money, but if I have experience selling something, I'm less adverse to selling it again, so I'm gonna try and see what I can get out of this. I have like a bunch of these towels that I just have laying around the house that are just like honestly rags, clean rags of course. Sometimes when you're photographing shoes and like the tongue of the shoe kind of just like dips like this and you want it to stand upright while you're photographing, I'll just stuff like these towels or hand towels or whatever, and I'll just stuff it inside. See, look, it stands all upright now. So that's a little pro tip I have for that. One more thing that I do is, I just thought this was funny to share, but this is my designated like cleaning shoes rag. So you can see like I probably clean a pair of shoes there, probably clean a pair of shoes there. Anyways, yeah, I use this to just basically like wipe off all my shoes. And so like, for example, these pair of shoes, just to get it into like its most tip-top shape. Of course, it's supposed to look kind of like worn in like this. As leather wears, it starts to have this nice like fitted look, but just to make the shine look just a bit shinier, I can just take a rag to get the dust off of it, because I feel like dust makes shoes just look matte and it loses that shine. Sometimes I will take like an oil and just oil the shoes and give it one coat, but I actually don't think this needs it. So it's like this, for example, somebody might be like, oh, there's a scratch on it, I wanna like ask for $10 less. Honestly, all it probably is just like a scuff that if I just take some water and a rag and just buff it out, it'll go away. So momentarily, I'm going to be heading out to do some sourcing at Goodwill. Before I do so, I thought I would share my outfit. So the jewelry is by Lanier. These cool little drop earrings. My tank top is by the Foundationals, an LA-based sustainable brand. Overalls, my gosh, these things are like maybe 8 years old. These ones are from Gap. So if you guys are interested in the jewelry that I'm wearing today, I'm so excited to share that I have some news for you. Today's video is in partnership with Lanier, which is a female-founded brand, and they are all about using sustainable materials, and as you guys know, that is one of my biggest tenets of how I live my life. But all that aside, I'm super pleased because these have to be the highest quality, look so expensive, and there's a reason for that, because Lanier uses a super thick layer of 22 karat gold. This means that this jewelry will outlast any other gold plated jewelry that you have in your collection, and I can personally attest to that. I've been trying these earrings for the last 3 weeks, wearing it in every situation possible, from climbing to walking. These earrings that I'm wearing right now are called the Serendipity earrings, and these are in the color Dusty Coral. Other pair of earrings that I chose are called the Keshi Pearl earrings. I think is my favorite earrings in my whole collection, and I have quite a lot of earrings. It's just because they're so unique. I've never seen anyone do an earring like this, and the almost ruggedness of it is actually what drew me to it. The fact that these look a little bit rugged is just so cool, so unique, and I really feel like I'm on top of the world whenever I wear these earrings. So if you're interested in potentially wearing the same earrings or purchasing the ones that I have, then you can go to lanier.co/shop-with-Catherine. I'll also link that in the description below. 45 minutes later, I did not get anything. I found like brands that I'm aware of and I know sell well, but the return wouldn't have been that great for me, so I ended up putting the stuff back. Kind of expected that at this Goodwill. This Goodwill actually I know particularly gets a lot of stuff from like past season stuff from Target. So there's a lot of Universal Thread, Cat and Jack, that type of stuff. It's kind of a bust, but that's okay. I'm going to my next Goodwill that is my first time ever going, so we'll see if I get anything there. That was such an awesome Goodwill trip. So this Goodwill like immediately looked way more boutique than like other Goodwills that I'm used to. It actually had like decor and like basically just looked nicer. So I spent like an hour alone just at the shoe section because there was so many good name brand shoes. So I was like looking up comps like for like an hour just on shoes, and then I looked at clothes for maybe like 5 minutes. Ended up finding a new tag AG pair of jeans. They're men's jeans, and AG for women usually sell a bit better, but nonetheless, being that it's a new pair of pants, I don't suspect that I will have any trouble selling it. And I found a Madewell pair of heels. I don't think the Madewell heels are going to sell for that much. I think the average sales price for Madewell is like around $30, and I bought the shoes for $10. Sweaty feet, sweaty feet.
Maybe if you just said one of those things, I would have like been like, shit. But you said like all these at the same time.
Nice, come on, come on. Every time I finish climbing, my pants go from black to gray.
Okay, so it's like a remote control. Airplay is something you can lose the connection. Yeah.
I don't think so.
His eyeballs, oh my gosh. He's over it.
get drunk on one beer.
Dude, you can't be mine.
Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it?
I mean, I'm done with that.
And then Henry. Oh, okay.
And then me.
Yeah.
And then Kat, and then George.
Don't be mean. That's on you.
Wait, what does that mean?
Wait.
Wait, so like,
still
how
up,
about the
still up,
leg?
yeah.
Are the legs still doing? We're still doing legs?
Yeah.
Hi, Koji. You look so handsome. You want churros, huh?
Hey.
Hey.
You want churros?
Hey.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow, so much more well behaved than Leo.
Oh, really?
Leo would have just eaten it right there.
Oh.
We play for sure. Play one for sure.
Why you just go?
She came out strong. The clear sky.